Hello, who's there? Can you type something so I know who you are? It's two people. Hey, who's here? Can you type something so I know who you are, please? Oh, that's King One. Hey, King One. Hey, baby. How you doing, babe? You got surgery in the morning? What they doing to you, baby? What kind of surgery you having, honey? It's not anything serious, is it? Oh, they gotta give you another graft. The one you have, is it bad or something? Oh, okay, yeah. Um, how was they giving you dialysis before they gonna do the fistula? You had that thing, that porter that was in your chest. Well, I'm gonna be praying for you, King One. Everything gonna be all right. Yeah, yeah. Oh, I see. Yeah, cause how long you been on dialysis, King? Have you been on that for a while? Oh, you been on that long? Boy, God is good. That's all I got to say. Yes, indeed. You know, it's a lot of people ain't did that. King One. I know a lot of people that ain't made it 10 years on dialysis. My grandmother was one of them. Yeah, yeah. You got to, you know, you God really have covered you. Um, I don't know anyone. Really, to be honest with you, I don't know anyone that been on dialysis that long and still here. Yeah, yeah. God got His hands on you, baby. He sure does. I, I'm just flabbergasted. 10 years. Oh my God. Mm. Yeah, you got a good nephrologist, whoever they are, because they could tell you. They don't have many patients, and I'm pretty sure the people you see, have the same schedule you have. I know you done seen some leave and new ones come. Cause see, when my grandmother was on it, they didn't have that many centers. Now they everywhere. I mean, everywhere. Well, I'm praying for you. I'm praying for you, King One. I'm really praying that you get a kidney. And with you being on there that long, you would think you would have one by now. Which I think Methodist here in Methodist in Houston, They the ones who do the transplants, the Houston and little towns outside of Houston as well. But I think it's Methodist. It's Methodist Hospital where they have to go and they check you from the rooty to the tootie. That make sure you know your blood type and this and that, and if somebody if a kidney happen to come available, they're able to pair you up with that person. I really don't. I don't know nobody that's been on there 10 years. I just don't. I'm gonna be honest with you. Um, I don't know any. Not now. And I didn't had my grandmother. She had nephews. Um, uh, she had a nephew called Skunk. Skunk passed maybe 3 years, maybe 3 or 4 years ago. But they had amputated his both of his legs. He still drove and did whatever he wanted to do. But yeah, and he was on dialysis as well. Uh, he wasn't on there no 10 years, and neither was my grandmother. So in reality, you really are blessed. That's a blessing. Now we just have to put our faith in works for you to get that kidney. You know, do you have any children? Because I know that I want to say they tested my daddy and my uncle and my auntie, because my grandmother only had 3 children. My father was the baby, but yeah, man, I don't know nobody been on there that long. I just don't. And like I say, you got a good nephrologist and you got a good team. Oh yeah, you got 4 boys. How old are they? Are they grown, King One? Or are they still young? Who else in here? I see it's 2 people. Don't forget to give that thumbs up on my video, y'all, as you come in. Who else in here? Don't be shy. Come on out. We don't eat people. At least I don't. I don't eat people. I do eat meat, but I don't eat humans. Well, see, it's really bad on my husband's side. Um, my late husband, like his family, they had high blood pressure, sugar diabetes, bad. You would have them like my husband was in his teens when he had um, diabetes. He was diagnosed with it, and like my children have that same genetic trait. So yeah, yeah, change. Yeah. See, my children have that same genetic trait, and what has happened is that not my youngest, but my oldest, because my youngest, he stayed active. He could pick up weight and he can lose weight. He can pick up weight and he'll lose weight. So he stays very active. Like if he want to get some weight out for him, he just go and run and walk and do whatever he got to do. Now my oldest son, he ain't he ain't like that. And Lord, since he been married, child, he didn't blew up like a brimmer bull, like a brimmer bull. And so a couple of weeks ago, though, King One, he hurt himself coming down off a ladder. Well, his ankle, he hurt it once before. You know, he was coming down off a ladder or fell through a roof or something. Something he was doing. He was, he do that technology. He do run cable lines. So he stepped wrong one time, about a year ago, and kind of messed up his ankle real bad, sprained it real bad. Well, somehow he did the same thing and come down wrong and messed with that bad ankle. So he been back with that boot on and back on light duty. Hey, baby, how you doing, darling? You doing okay? That's my little gang buddy. I ain't seen you in a couple of days. That like to play them video games. But um, he was a thank you, baby. Thank you. I thank you for coming to my live. But anyway, King One, he was uh he was he went to go. My daughter-in-law went to take him to look at his ankle because it was hurting him real bad. He said went took him to the emergency room. Child, and when I know anything, they had to put the boy in the hospital. He had been up and he had stayed there a whole week because his blood pressure was so high. And I knew he kept telling me his head was hurting. His head hurt, you know. But I didn't think nothing of it because he got them seasonal allergies where he sneezed and scoffed all the time. And he didn't have nasal reconstruction. He didn't had open heart surgery. That was my oldest have. So anything, dust, food. He literally had to stop playing football. His shoot, his 11th or 12th grade year, because he had to have surgery again for some polyps that had got up there. And he went in that hospital and people told him, say, you looking at renal failure. He was so nervous he didn't know what to do with himself. Everybody went. Everybody then left me. You still in here, King One? I can't tell who in here until you type. Say something. Oh, okay. Yeah, so King One, he got a scare. They told him that he was threatening renal failure. Then now this been about 3 weeks ago. And they got him on 2 high blood pressure medication. I had been telling him, about his weight. And because he had gotten so big, and I was kept telling him, I say, you need to get that weight off of because it was all up here, you know, all solid. Just they ain't no big flabby men. They solid like bricks. You hit them, you like to break your hand trying to fight them because they so thick, And so him and his him and my daughter-in-law took him on to the emergency room. Well, when they got him in the emergency room, they noticed that his blood pressure was extremely high, and that matter of fact, it stayed high the whole time he was there. And it could have been from the pain, but it could be from him suffering with high blood pressure and didn't know it. And for the life of me, I tell them, y'all paying for insurance, go and get your physicals and do what you're supposed to do because you're getting older. And so now, King One, he have to, he started suffering with gout, real bad, just like his father. I never forget his father was like in his 30s when he started developing gout, and my son, he developed gout like when he was like 26 or 27. Now he not no alcohol drinker, but he loved beef. See, he loved them hamburgers. See, and when he started with gout, they told him then you need to change your eating habits. So he don't, he don't eat a whole lot of beef because it's protein in beef, chicken, and fish. All of it'll make his gout flare up. So if he have too much of it, so he have to watch how he do his intake on beef, on food period, with high protein, and chicken and ground meat have. Hey baby, how are you? Now I'm finna mess this up. I can't even pooch my mouth to pronounce to pronounce this. Nala Najifa. I don't know how you pronounce that. Y'all got to come up with some more better names now on these YouTube streets. But I'm glad you're here, baby. Glad for you to be. You from Morocco? Well, hey, yeah, hey, baby. Well, it's good to have you in my life. In my life, you doing all right over there in Morocco? Oh, it's Angela. Oh, okay, all right. Well, hey, Miss Angela. It's nice to meet you as well. Yeah, so he when they put him in that hospital though for that week, he got right he got right King One. Yeah. It's a pleasure to meet you. You know, it's very seldom you get people from, overseas, at least in my chat. You accommodated me. Thank you. Thank you. But yeah, you hang in there. When they told him he was threatening renal failure, you ought to see him. He didn't slim down no, but he got a long way to go. That oldest one of mine, he turned 31 this year, just last month. So he just got to change everything. Like they told him, he really can't have processed food. You know, and he got to do it. I mean, they got him on two blood pressure medicines. Now his dad had high blood pressure, but he wasn't on two medications. He wasn't on two, but they got him on two. That's just how bad and it was for him. So they told him he really need to get that weight off of it. What do I think? I think of heat and I think of the desert when I hear Morocco. Yeah, I think of like Egypt, Egyptians, um, the desert, sandy, um, but also a beautiful place. I never been, but I have read about it. I have read about it and seen pictures of Morocco. That's what I think. A very beautiful, um, religious place. Not only desert, yeah, but for a person that never been that far, you could just only imagine, and what you see on TV and what you see in books. You understand? Yeah, yeah. I think of it as being a very beautiful city, but I think of the sand, like I say, in the desert. Um, I think of royalty, Morocco. hmm And a very religious place. It is. More Muslim, though, I believe, right? Y'all more Muslims, right? Um, Angela. Child, when I grow up, maybe I get a chance to come over there and really see for my own self. So, King One, before you get off of here, I want to pray for you here. And tomorrow is Wednesday, so I always upload my prayer. So, but you always on my prayer list. Your name will never be removed from my prayer on Wednesdays. So, Angela, what time is it over there? Cause it's evening over here. You got surgery at 6 a.m. Yeah. Which arm they gonna put it in? Is they gonna put it in your right arm or your left? And how old is your sons? Are they little? Are they teenagers? How old are they? Oh, they gonna put it in your right. Oh, okay. You gonna make it on through. Just need somebody to come on with a kidney. 16 to oh yeah, yeah. They too young. They ain't gonna take them. hmm Yeah, they young, and they not gonna allow them to give you a kidney because they're too young. hmm Oh yeah, that's something. So what time is it over in Morocco, Angela? Yeah, keep one just hanging there, babe. Yeah, my son, he got to. He ain't got no choice. He got to. You know. Hey, my baby. Hey, Raw. Hey, niece. How you doing, baby? You doing all right? How the babies? I'm good, love. Just a little fatigue, but I'm like that all the time. That ain't nothing new. Oh, okay. How you doing on your advocacy? Have you had an opportunity to help a parent or something? Or met parents that you Oh, thank you, baby. Well, Auntie, I always praying for y'all too. Oh, yeah. Well, that's good. That's good. That's good because the parents need to know because it's a lot. People don't know. And then the law for special needs people pull away from it because it's so much that they have to know. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Uh huh. Yes, girl. Um. Yeah. So. It's all gonna work out. Like I told you, that baby gonna be your strength. That's where you really, really gonna have to stand. Because whenever you standing for your child, baby, it hurt and it's difficult and everything else. And people just want to tell you anything. You already know. You already know the law and what your child needs. See, that's the thing about Houston Independent School District. See, parents like yourself, oh, they cater to you because see, they don't want no problems. Uh huh. Yeah. Yeah. Well. Yeah. I was in what's her name live today, and she was really giving out an apology to you. So you might want to go look at that. I don't know if she's still live, but she was live earlier before I came on. You might want to go back and look at that live whenever she ends it or whatever, and it upload. Go look at that because she was yeah she was saying some apology to you, so you might want to go look, check it out. I didn't stay in that long, but I was there when she was doing. When I was there when she was making. Hey, baby, how you doing, Mr. Tiger? When she was there, glad to have you in my live. Y'all don't forget to hit that thumbs up for me. Well, thank you for strolling through. I appreciate you. And get to know one another, Mr. Tiger. Raw Honest Tea. We got King One in the building. These are good people. Tiger. You like that tiger stripe pillow? Yeah. Oh, that's just this furniture, child. Oh, you know T already. Okay. All right. Yeah, T always help me out. That my other nephew, London. Hey, London, baby. How you doing? Well, I'm glad you showed up, love. It's good to see all y'all. Oh, they you didn't put them to bed already? Well, what time is it? You in Arkansas? Y'all ain't no time difference than we are. God, you didn't put them babies in the bed at 8. You sure want them to get their full rest, don't you? Yeah, yeah. You want to give them they full rest. My son. My son Raw nephew. I really could see the Down syndrome in him now because he then got older. I couldn't see it at first, but my son kept telling me, "Mom and son is his sister-in-law, her son, the oldest one. He had Down syndrome. Now you could really see it. Now when he was a baby, I couldn't tell it. My son used to say, my oldest one, he used to say, "Mom, I think there's something wrong with this baby." And I say, "Boy, quit saying that. Don't do that. Y'all don't have no kids yet." So he kept telling me, he said, "Mama, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not trying to be funny, but I think there's something wrong with him." And so by the time he made a month, they had to go in and put a trach in his throat because he wasn't his lungs, one of his lungs wasn't fully developed or whatever. And so they didn't took it out because he's soon finna be 3. They didn't took it out, and she found a school where's the insurance, because she worked for she a teacher, she a school teacher. She worked for Houston Independent School. Well, anyway, the insurance have some kind of coverage where he could go to this learning class, and it's for students like him. Um, and they start them early, like at 2. Once they start walking and doing different things, they they let them come in and they stay there. I don't know how long they stay, but they do. He do go to school, but it's not regular school. It's some kind of program that help students like him progress. I guess it's more like life skills, like life skills, but at a lower level that like beginners. But the insurance company paid for him to go there, and so I thought that was awesome. She got an opportunity to put him in that school, and it's a small group of them. It's not a big thing. It's small. And so I thought that was good, because then that way, even though his spectrum is lower, he's still, you cannot under. I keep telling people that stop stop looking at the disability. You don't know what this child can do. You don't know. Stop looking at the disability. And I told my son, I said, y'all stop. Don't. I said, look, let me tell you something. You sit over there and act like them now, and just sit there and like you ain't got no common sense. It's that baby got it. I look at autistic children as a gift. I, yeah, look at that comedian Epps. I can't think his first name, but his last name Epps. Y'all know who I'm talking about. He real funny. Um, Dog, I can't think of that boy's first name for nothing in the world. But as funny as he is, hey Lewis how are you? Thank you for coming to my live. Oh, you over there in the UK. Well, thank you, darling, for stopping by. I appreciate it. That's good. I'm glad you showed up. hmm And the baby, the baby loves to beat like like a drum. He just loved to beat on things. And I told my son, I say, he said, Mama, he'll beat on anything. So I say, beat. I say, oh, that boy got a musical um, gift that's showing up early. You understand? My son say he won't play with anything else, but they literally bought him a drum set and he beats on it. Just beat. My son say he'll go in the kitchen and get them pots out and be in there beating on them pots. I told my son, I say that's the artistic part of him. And I say he got some kind of music thing going on with it. I told my son that. My son say, "You think so, Mama?" I say, "What other child beat? Children do beat on stuff, but not like the way he beat. You know." So I just say I hope his mama don't handicap him because of she think that he's not going to progress no farther than what he progressed, and that's a lie. Because some of them they outshine normal, regular human beings. Long as you teach them, if you they pick up anything. They just like little recorders, like parakeets. They repeat. They repeat everything. They walk and repeat everything. Yeah, since he, that's right. I always said that, and I say that about even the ones who like us. We normal. You ain't normal. You got some kind of autism about you that you cannot do or get with. We all got an autistic disability. I truly believe that. Nobody can make me think any different. Yeah, it is. It's the truth, Tiger. Sure. You can do anything you. That's the way my dad taught me. Oh, okay. I'll be watching for it. I'll be looking for it raw. Well, I'm glad you doing what you're doing, because see, it's a lot of parents need your help. See, and this some school. Let me tell you something. Whoever the chairperson that's over the special need program where your baby at, uh, the government give them money separately. That's different from regular students. That's a different part of the education and the umbrella. Special needs stands alone just about, because it's no other curriculum. They don't even have a special needs curriculum for children. You know how teachers have lesson plans that they have to go through. They do have lesson plans, but they pretty much work off of what their children are able to do. Hey, fun with the girls. They're another group of my nieces. Hey, they work, you know, and you have to watch and really pay attention and make sure that baby is doing just what they say they was gonna do for that baby. Cause see, they'll take that money and put it into something else instead of putting it where it's supposed to be. So watch that too, raw with them. Whenever you in public school, watch that. And that's for special needs and normal children as well. See, that's why I didn't play with my children when they went to school. See, that's another reason why I didn't work during the summer, because I was at home and I wanted them to be able to read before they got to school. I taught my children, taught my nieces, my nephews. I did it. I taught all of them before they went to school. They could read. They ain't had to wait. They could sit up there and read a book. So and reading is so fundamental. Anytime your child get to moving and talking, if they walking on their own and repeating everything you say, it's time for you to introduce the alphabet, the phonetic sounds. Do that daily, repetitiously, and I tell you that they will pick that up so quick. You'll be like, "Oh my God, I didn't know y'all was gonna get it this fast," you know. And that's for any child. It don't matter the disability. You don't know what that child can learn. Omar Epps. That's what I was trying to say. Yeah, do you know he was special needs? He was in special ed. Hey, Miss Donna. Hey, love. How you doing? You hit you hear me, Ro? You hear me? He was special needs. He talked about it. He made a joke of it that him and his cousin but his cousin had a disability like polio or something, and he made a joke out of it. But I think, is it Amo Epps? What the comedian, the Epps man, him. He laughed about how he was in special ed. Yeah, I, I say I got autistic. Girl, that's what I say. I say that about everybody. My sister them they get mad. My sisters and my children because they say you've been dealing with special needs people. You think everybody crazy. Mike Epps, that's it. Fun with the girls, Bree. Tell my little nieces I said, hey, I seen them earlier today when y'all posted them videos. I watched it. Yeah, yeah. Mike Epps, that's him. He laughed about that he was in special needs through high school. Mm-hmm. Oh, I ain't no Tom Cruise. What? Oh my God. I didn't know Tom Cruise was one. Oh my God. Now you see, Raw, that ought to encourage you. See, and people need to stop that because children are I look at them as a gift, and I always tell my son, y'all need to find out what his gift is, and I say whatever he like doing, then that's pretty much it. My son say he love to beat on stuff, so they got him a little drum set, and he sit there and he beat on that thing. I say, oh well, that's he got some kind of music part about him that's probably going he gonna grow up if his mom and them pay attention to him, and continue to get him the right help. I believe that boy is gonna play the drums. That's really what I believe. Yeah, yeah, raw. Girl, it wouldn't do no good if I was close to you. Cause baby, them children be getting it. By the time I by the time I got through with them, I had a word wall in my house for sight words. Yeah, for my nieces, they would start off with one letter, and then they go to two letter, then they go to three letter. And once they learn the sound of the alphabet, you teach them the alphabet and the sound at the same time. And so by the time they get that down pat, you go back and you add like one letter to a word or two letters to a word and ask them what's this word, and they most of the time they're gonna spit it out because of the alphabet and the phonetic sound of the alphabet that you done already taught them. So that's how you get your child to read. If you start off with teaching them the alphabet and the sound, then after they get that sound and that alphabet down pat, then you combine it and get you some sight words that like a to the those the. That's the kind of stuff I used to do because I seen it in the classroom being done. So I knew, how to really get children to read. And so is it once a child start marking you and talking and walking and going to, you need to start teaching them the alphabet and the phonetic sounds so they can when they do get ready to go to school, they already have it. I'm so glad we're all here because this girl here is very, very educated. She damn near could be a lawyer, teacher, uh, um, advocate. She could do it all. Yeah. Raw, you did another video? Yeah. Oh yeah. You know I'm a forever ride with you. I ain't going nowhere. I'm not going nowhere, child. And Miss Michelle, I always say, I don't like no mess. I don't too much care for messy people. I get to kicking rocks. I get to moving around when mess start. I don't entertain that. See, I can't do that. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I can't do it. I had to deal with that when I was a teenager. I ain't got time for that. Not at almost 54 years old. I ain't finna do that. Well, I'm gonna go back and look at it, boo. I sure am. Yeah, Raw is just as sweet as she could be, and she knows so much. You know, she really knows a whole lot. Not only that, she know this YouTube thing as well. So don't underestimate her. If y'all ain't never got an opportunity to know who she is, I suggest y'all go over there and look at her page and look at them videos. Don't just look at one. Look at two or three of them. Thank you, baby. Raw, if they decide to go to Memphis for their family reunion, we take 59 all the way up through Marshall, Texas, all the way through Arkansas, all the way through Little Rock to Memphis. So if my son and them decide to go, then we probably see you in September. Because that's normally when my husband's side of the family had they family reunion. Uh it's normally around Labor Day. Yeah, we take 59 all the way through Little Rock. Once we get outside of Marshall, Texas, and then we know it ain't much left when you get across Marshall. Then we know we ain't got that much further to go to get to Arkansas. And most of the time, that's where we stop and gas up at. Yeah, I'll let you know, bro. I'll let you know if we coming. They got to make up their mind pretty soon because I think they already done started um, getting things together. That's my husband's side of the family. That's where he was from. He was from Memphis, Tennessee, and so he taught them children how to travel. And so my oldest son, he could do that highway. He don't mind. He just act crazy. He act like his daddy. You got to be ready when it's time to go, cause he'll run off and leave you. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, baby. Well, Auntie, glad you stopped by. Yeah, people look and say, "Oh, he don't look like nothing wrong with him." People tell me that, say, "Well, you don't look like you sick." I'm like, what the hell? What kind of statement is that? You don't look like you sick. What, I'm supposed to be bent over, bent down, foaming at the mouth? What? What? I don't know. I don't know what sick look like. Yeah, yeah. I'm glad you're an advocate, and like I say, watch them in that public school, and don't let them know that you're an advocate. You know, just show up representing them, because you got to go to them hard meetings. Just show up. Don't tell them that you're an advocate, because they ain't go. But you ain't gonna just be an advocate just at your son's school. You're gonna be an advocate for any and everybody. So that means you will get a chance to go to high schools, middle schools, elementary, and most of them young parents they don't have a clue. Because when I was in the special ed department, I was the one who set up the odd meetings and mail out the invitations for your odd meeting. I was the one who did. I did all that, and most of them young parents, they didn't have a clue, and I would used to have to try to go through the rules and regulations with them and tell them that this is your right as your child concerned. Because the high school I was at, they had the largest special ed department. That means they had some of everybody in that underneath that special ed umbrella in that high school. So you take care of that baby and hang in there, love. Anytime you need to talk to me, you could call me, text me, anything. I'm here for you. London too. London know I'm here for him too. Oh Lord. I be around here, y'all, trying to remember what from day to day what I'm supposed to do. When you don't work, child, it's hard to try to find something to do. I'm getting ready to take back up crocheting. That's what I'm finna do. At least that'll help me during the day. Besides them little bad nieces of mine. Them bad great nieces and nieces of mine. It's summertime too. School then got out. Hey Rochelle, can we come go swimming? I say, you better ask your mama. Y'all know I don't comb no hair. I don't even know how to comb hair. So what you gonna do once you get out the pool? Cause I don't comb hair. I don't even know how. Oh, you doing laundry, Bree? The girls then went to bed. Them shows some cute little girls. Them some old be spoiled right. Bree and her husband be mad at me because they be spoiled. Okay, baby. Yeah, they'll be spoiled to the. They be so spoiled, Lord Jesus. They be mad, be ready to fight me, be ready to cancel me out. Now you can't go over there no more. Don't even ask. Oh, they finally went to sleep. They some smart little girls. Them little girls, that's something else. Especially the oldest one and Mia, they something else. I know one thing, they ain't scared of that camera. You ever thought about putting them in like Target had them inserts for children. You ever thought about putting them in that? Oh, thank you, Miss Donna. Yeah, I'm gonna upload one tomorrow. Do you need me to add you to my prayer list? The King One is one that I pray for every matter of fact, I pray for him every day. For the simple fact that he asked me to, and then he's a dialysis patient. So, and he's having surgery tomorrow to get that thing they put in their arm to do dialysis. He getting another one of those put in. So I told him that he always make my prayer list. Um, yeah, yeah, I love doing. I love it. Um, I'm actually a prayer warrior at the church that I belong to. So, it just transcended over to the internet, my channel. I really started out talking about um, the disease itself, lupus, me living with lupus, fibromyalgia, and osteoporosis of the spine. Kind of giving them a little clip of the um, things that people that suffer with the disease because it affects everyone differently. And so um, I started out at educating about the disease itself and how it transformed into other arthritic issues like fibromyalgia. It's arthritic, but it has it's the nerve and the muscle part of it. It's not in the joint. It's not like arthritis. Arthritis is in the joint. And so I started out my channel talking about and educating about lupus, the disease itself. But it it went into another direction, which I'm still talking about the disease. Anybody who want to ask a question about it, I'm still gonna do that. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Oh yeah, I did that. Oh, I when that happened. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was sad. Mm-hmm. Terrible. And what a beautiful little baby. Beautiful baby. Mm-hmm. Exactly. And it's just sad. It's something I don't get this new type of parents. I, now when I really thought it was bad is when I was in working for high school and middle school. Oh Lord, I thought things was bad, but it ain't. It's really not. They do. Yeah, yeah. And in downtown Houston, don't you know that the uh, um, they got the criminal court building, they got the juvenile detention center, they got silver court, and then they got uh, the court for child support. All of them sitting in a square in downtown Houston, in a square each block. You have the detention hall, then you have the silver uh, building, then you have the criminal building that's across from. It's just in a four corner square. Yeah, they need they need to be looked at, especially a person that had the if the person had a case. Yeah, that's sad. That's horrible. Now she they shouldn't have. And I don't know what they seen where it's that they allowed that baby to go back there. That's what I'm not understanding. Mm, that's terrible. And pretty as that little baby was, they killed that baby. That's terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. I just don't. I don't get it. You know, and it's sad. That's what it is. That's what it is. And some of them, I guess, they feel like they overworked. But when you took that job, you knew what the categories was, what your responsibilities as a CPS officer. You know what your job description was. How come it's so hard for them to follow? They protocol. A job when I was in the school and I worked in the accountability, baby, you had to have them numbers right, on point. You couldn't be missing a couple of here and a couple of there. Oh no. Mm-mm. Yeah, when they took it. Yeah, they knew what their responsibilities was, and dealing with cases such as that. They ain't blind to that factor. They just lazy. Child, when I worked down there at the juvenile detention center before going back to work, baby, they had me in tears. I couldn't do it. I swear to you not, I could not do that. Mm-mm. I couldn't do it. That I cried every day. Cause I'm like this here. I always tell people, to understand what somebody else is going through. You literally got to remove yourself and put yourself in that person's position. See, when you're able to do that, you're able to be able to sympathize with people. You have a better understanding of what a person might be going through. But if you can't do that, then to me, it's you like, well, that's kind of selfish because it ain't nothing we exempt from, you know, and because this person is going through whatever they might be going through, that does not mean that you're not exempt from going through trials and tribulations. Anything can transpire, anything, you know, and people are not, they're not the same anymore. Their morals has changed. Lazy, trifling, cause the person that allowed that child to go back to that home, evidently they must have had a case for them to go out there and check on the little girl in the beginning. So why would you allow that child to go back into that situation? Yeah, yeah, it's bad. Whenever you deal with children, it's horrible. I told that story about my youngest. He had to go and they went up there to California, and he was had to go up there, and they found that baby in that line, that my landmine, where the mama and I think it was the mama and the boyfriend. Boy, that told that little boy. Well, he a little boy to me, cause that's the way he acts sometimes. My My youngest, that messed with him so bad. When he did come back here, he was so nervous and going on talking about he ain't never seen nothing like that and all this day. I say, well, keep working now. You're gonna see a whole lot of more stuff. Ain't nobody told you to go do that. That's what you wanted to do. He told me that's what he was gonna do when he was in high school. So I just looked at him because I don't too much about my children whenever they got a report or the teacher called and said such and such. I knew that yeah, they did that. Sure did. That's it. That sounds like it. Yeah. Well, you ain't got to worry about that. What I used to tell his teacher. You ain't got to worry about it. I'm gonna take care of him when he get there, when he get home. But yeah, he went when he had to go up there to California and hunt down them that the mama and the daddy or the boyfriend or whoever it was, and they found that baby in the landmine. I see he called me when they got the baby, and they got ready to close the investigation. He come calling me, Mama. I say, huh? Mama, did you see that on the news? I say, see what, boy? He said about the baby. I say, no, not really. So he began to tell me, and I say, oh. He said, Mama, I can't even eat. I say, why you can't eat? Mama, that was horrible. I say, oh, okay. Well, they prepared you for that, didn't they? Oh, sometimes I think he just hate calling and telling me anything. Cause I ain't gonna, I'm gonna say something that he ain't gonna like. That he probably ain't gonna agree on. But I say, didn't they train you for that, baby? Mama, I don't care how much training you have when you out there in it. I say, well, yeah, that makes sense. Now that you're out there in it, what you think? Oh, that's that youngest one of mine. You know. Yeah, they need to do something with them for letting that baby go back there. I don't think they should get off easy. I really don't. And Miss Donna, sometimes, I tell this all the time. Everybody might know how to pray, but some people don't have a clue. And just because we have that model prayer that's in the Bible, I don't know if is it in the it's in the New Testament, somewhere in the New Testament. But anyway, the model prayer that they have, Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. That's just to show you how you should pray. That's not, and like I say, it's a model prayer, for you to be able. Now, for some reason, I don't know why my grandparents taught it. They taught that prayer to us. But after I got older, went to Bible study, you know, and began to, know the word for myself. That's when I say, well, why did they teach us that prayer? In my mind, but my pastor at that particular time said, well, that's just a prayer to show you how to pray. You can say the prayer, but it's to show you how you should pray. Oh, it's about your bedtime. Yeah, I'm most likely tomorrow is Wednesday, and I just picked Wednesday because that's somehow I always did a prayer on Wednesday, so I just made Wednesday my prayer day. So when I end this live, I add you to my prayer list. You too, love. Thanks for stopping by. and spending some time with me and everybody in the chat. Thank you, Lord. Be blessed now. Yeah, so it's just something that became a part of me. Okay, have a good night, Miss Donna. And thanks again for everything. It's really your communication with your heavenly Father. And you have to go to him. You can't go up in there with self, you know. And I think a lot of times that's what keeps us from being productive in our prayer life, or um, doing things the way they should be done. And so, um, and then we have the flesh that we have to fight against, because even though I always tell myself I need to stop drinking coffee, I need to stop drinking Cokes, I ain't stopped yet. And I just told myself that Saturday, Friday, I ain't stopped yet. But it's a thing that you have to do in order to understand and really trust God and what his word says. So once we begin to do that, then it becomes a part of us. Not only that, it kind of free you a little bit, because you're not held with that over your head anymore. You know, that's why we should, when we do go in prayer, we should always repent from whatever we might have said, whatever we might have thought. Not knowing that we are sinning. Because we're sinful beings. So you're not exempt from sin. It does not matter how hard you try, you still gonna make a mistake, which gonna cause you to sin. And so you just have to be mindful. Not only that, when you go to God in prayer, you have to ask for that forgiveness. You always have to ask God to, I always ask God to, if it's anything that's in me that is not of him, I always ask him to remove that from me, so that I could get a closer relationship with him. So, um, and I think that's what keeps us. Because a lot of times I've heard people tell me that they don't know how to pray. Actually, what to say. And everybody like that. I was like that when I first started out. You know, and it just things, I just kept doing it, and the more I did it, the better I got. And it's just like the word. The more you study the word, the more the word will reveal to you what actually is. The Holy Spirit will let you know what that scripture actually means. So even though I pray a lot, I still have to have that word within me. I would have to have some meat to hold on to. So um, I always tell people to, just think that who you communicating to, and what you want him to remove, and what are you thankful for, and stuff like that. And that's your prayer. So prayer is not hard, but we make it hard because we don't know the right way to do it, or we think that the way we think it, how it should be done, is the wrong way. And I don't think it's no right or no wrong way when you're in prayer, when you are communing with your heavenly Father. So, that's one thing about prayer. And I know that um it's good when people can come to you and ask you to pray for them. And I don't mind. I always say, or I try to say it at the end of my videos, but I'll be going so fast trying to get it over with that I forget to say if you need prayer. I forget to say that. But I tell them try to say it. I try to say it in every one of my videos, but I don't. I end up leaving it out, leaving it out. But most likely, I've been getting some good response, and it just gives me the courage to keep going because I tell people I couldn't do what I'm doing without them, you know. And sometimes I be in tears, reading the responses that I do get, that I do get. And I think it's awesome because people want to know, people want to be prayed for, people want an understanding of the word because churches are not the same as when or even when my children, when bringing up my children, they're not the same. Every week, every other day, you're hearing about a pastor has done something, uh, drugs, homonging, all kind, just one thing after another. In church, they make a church out of it just made it out of it for it's just like it's a fun place to go. Like it's just a a, a gathering of other Christians for them to sit up and bad talk each other. No, church is not the same. It's not that trauma center. They ain't patching nobody together. They ain't healing their wounds. Not in the day's churches. They too busy acting like the world. And if you have a good church, if you have a good pastor that you've been rocking with, I suggest you stay there. Because anything else, you'll be lost. And see, when I was coming up, they didn't let pastors that wasn't married be over no church. See, if that person, that minister wasn't married, they wouldn't allow him to be over their flock. That person had to be married. And see, now you got pastors that's over churches that's not even married. And look at their behavior. Even the ones that's are married, their behavior is still bad too. The church is when I was coming up, church was a fun place to go. Not no more. People ain't going to the church. People doing other things. People trying to find peace in something else. They trying to find joy in the world, and it's not out there in the world. And so when people look at churches nowadays, it's hard to get people to come into the flock. And if a person show up there, it's because they looking for something. They looking for something to be valid to help them. you know? And so churches is not like that. You got ministers over here talking about they don't believe in hell. When Revelations preach hell, Acts and Revelation both preached about hell. Well, shoot, they talked about hell before Christ died. So why you not gonna believe in hell? That's that. I watched Larry Reed live. Larry Reed had that boy on now. What Rogers? Tim Rogers, I think that's his name. Pastor Tim Ray, and he was preaching at somebody's funeral. And he was talking about it ain't no such thing as hell. And I say, well, he done lost his mind. Cause how you gonna say it ain't no such thing as hell when the Bible talk about hell? Hey, the CNA. How are you, love? Thanks for coming to my live. Religion is man's way of seeking God. Christianity is God's way of seeking man. Yeah, you know, I never heard it being put that way, CNA, but that is true. Because in religion, we do seek God, right? And Christianity is God's way of seeking man. That's correct. You put that so properly. But what's the CNA? What is that for? What does that stand for? Well, you came in right on time. Because you know I love talking about the goodness of God. Way back in the day, huh? How far back in the day? How far back? But that is true. Your mom said the truth. That's true. Very wise woman. How far back in the day? Oh, I'm trying to find out your age now. I love it when I got other Christian folk on my up on my live. See that encouraged me. Cause see, when I'm not able to pray for myself, I hope my fellow Christians out here will pray for me and keep me uplifted in prayer. You know what I mean? CIA. What I say? CNA. See, I mess up something in a minute. Yes, right, baby. I just said it. I just said it. And you know, it's so many people are lost. You know, um, CIA, you know, that's why they have cults. You know, like that what that one is. He be on YouTube. I'm trying to think of that boy's name. Oh, crazy like boy. Oh, what that oh Lord. Why my brain do me like that? Oh God. You know, they in this group and they over there in New Mexico or somewhere. And he got all these wives and oh Nature Boy. That's what I'm trying to say. That's why I love the old saying. There's a God shaped hole in all of us. And it gets so many people will try and fill it with stuff that isn't God shaped. And they wonder why they're not happy. Exactly. Absolutely. I totally agree. You said a mouthful right there. I totally agree. And that's how come you have people latching on to anything, like such as that nature boy, uh they call it something else. They call it uh oh Lord help me. Carbonation. You know what I'm talking about? And so many of them now, a lot of them people have left him who started out with him. And one young lady said the reason why she grabbed hold to that carbonation, to what he was talking about and doing, uh uh she said because no, her parents did not teach her about God, Christianity. That was not taught in her house. She didn't hear none of that in her house. In her house. I'm sorry, y'all. Hello, hello. Okay, it's no building number. It's L. I'm in the back by the second pool. It's building L. It's no number. Apartment number 1085. Okay. Uh yeah, so people that girl said that she never heard anything about God. She never Her parents never talked. They didn't even go to church. That wasn't even discussed, a conversation. You love that ringtone? That's just old basic ringtone. Yeah, do don't it? Yeah, but CIA, that's sad. You know, now I'm gonna be 54 this year. And see, when I grew up coming up in the church, we went to practice on Saturday. See, I don't care if you ushered, song, what you had to do to welcome. I don't care what it is, you did it on Saturday. We practice on Saturdays. I was born, I was raised up in the church. You understand? But I didn't get the true understanding of God's word until I got older, and I started my own family and going to church. Now my husband was raised in the church as well, but child, he was the one. I went to church when I was a child. I go when I get ready to go, and so a lot of Sundays I was gone to church while he was off on Sundays and Mondays from the newspaper company, and so he um he would be home, on Sundays. And me and the children be going to church. I didn't force him to go. And when he got ready to go, he'll go. He'll come on. You know. And so eventually he did, because he got tired of me talking to other people that I had met. Um, and we was talking about Bible study and what we learned and this is different stuff like that. Because it was other young couples there at the church that I first started out at. Yeah, it shouldn't be. That's right, because it's the building of the church is just for other believers to be around other believers. Socialize with other believers. The church is really you. It's what's within you, what what has been laid on your heart, that word that penetrates your heart. See, that's church. You understand? The building is just for you to go. and hear and be with other believers. That's what the church is. It has nothing to do with your Christian walk. You go there to get an understanding, to hear God's word being preached, and to be around uh, other believers. That's right, because it's daily. I mean, grace and mercy is given to you daily. That's given to you daily. Each day you open your eyes and take that breath. That's your grace and your mercy. See, you get new mercies daily. That's a daily thing he gives us. You understand? So it's hard to tell somebody about God who don't have a clue, you know, and then they have to have a willing spirit, you know, they have to be willing to hear God's word. You understand? And I think people, not churches, are not when you and I grew up. Now I don't know how old you are, CIA, but Miss Rochelle is going to be 54 to come this November, and I stay in it. The green light, the street. That's right, baby. Tell them to order your steps. That's it. That's it. You know, because when I'm praying for people, interceding, I'm asking God. Not only that, when you in prayer with to God, you have to be precise. You have to be detailed. That's why when I do my Wednesday's prayer, CIA. Oh, you'll be 30 next year. Bless your heart. My oldest son is 31. But anyway, um, yet we stay in prayer because I do. See, even when I'm just sitting around looking at TV, or if I'm up in here um, washing dishes, I'm talking. One night I was so busy talking to God that my youngest had come home because he anytime he's getting ready to go out of Texas, he always stop coming to Houston and visit mama, and then he go on to where his assignment is with the rest of the guys, right? So he'll come on to to see mama before he leaves. So one night I was in here, I couldn't sleep. Excuse me. I couldn't sleep. So anytime I can't sleep, I always go in prayer. Not only that, I get my Bible and read. You know, I love Psalms, the book of Psalms. Oh, I just love that book. Oh Lord. But anyway, I be in prayer. You know, and one night I was in here, I was so deep in prayer. My baby son come up in here thinking that it was something wrong, you know. And so he said, Mama, who in the world you in here talking to? I said, boy, you know I was up in here praying. Why you acting like that? like your mama don't be up in there praying. Oh, he said, oh, okay. I said, what you doing here? Because he don't live in Houston. He stays in San Marcos. That's like 2.5 hours outside of Houston, but it's sitting between Austin, Texas, and San Antonio. He went to school. I once had the weirdest urge to go to McDonald's and get 2 egg McMuffins. Hold on a minute, baby. Hello? Yes. Huh? What do you mean? How's the nearest way? I don't know where you at. Oh well, I'm in the back. I'm not in the front. I'm in the back of the building. I'm not up there by the leasing office. I'm past there. Okay, hold on a minute. Okay, hold on a minute. I'm finna walk outside. Lord, y'all, I'ma have to go because my groceries being delivered to me. CIA. Okay, a homeless man walked right next to my car. I almost broke down in tears, knowing that God just used me to feed this man at exactly the right time imaginable if this man had said, Lord, I'm sorry. Lord, I'm so hungry. At that same time, it was an experience. Hey, Miss Deborah Mosley. Hey, baby. Hey, love. You know what? Ain't that something? I was just saying, whenever you can remove yourself and go into and put yourself in other people's position as if that was you, you know how blessed you are when you can do that, when you can look at yourself being in that same situation. See, it hinders us when we're not able to do that. That's why we have such a hard time in understanding who God is. Y'all hold a minute. I got to go get my grocery. I'll be right back. Hold on now. Oh. Oh, y'all still here? Let me tell y'all. I gotta go too. My groceries then came. I gotta go get this person up in here so they can bring me my grocery. But CIA, I love you, baby. Miss Mosley, thank you, darling, for coming. CIA, we're gonna have to have another conversation. You're gonna have to come on up in here in my lives now more often. Because I love talking about God. And I love to talk to other believers. I love it. Because you always, you can teach me something. I will, CNA. Thank you. CIA, thank you so much. You make sure you make it to my next live now. All right, you guys, I'm signing off because I ordered me some grocery and they here. So that means I got to go. But y'all stay blessed and not stressed. It's your girl, Miss Rochelle, sending you all my love, all the way from Houston, Texas. Bye bye. Therapy can dramatically change your life.